Eagles represent the illumination of spirit, healing, and creation. Their cycle of power is all seasons during the daylight, so that's the time where they're the most powerful. The eagle is one of the greatest and most admired birds of prey. It has served as an inspiration to many societies. Their ability to soar and hunt amazes and thrills those who witness. Eagles, in fact, are so good at getting food, they spend very little time hunting. The fact that they're good at feeding themselves from the land and still soar to great heights in the sky reflects much about the hidden significance of the eagle, who comes as a spirit guide. They will teach a balance of being of the earth, but not in it. I love that. Isn't that awesome? Every society which has had contact with eagles has developed a mythology and or a mysticism about them. In ancient Aztec traditions, the chief god told the people to settle in a place where they'd find an eagle perched on a cactus eating a snake. This place later became Mexico City. The eagle was sacred to Zeus, who often changed himself into the form of an eagle to help himself control thunder and lightning. The Sumerians worshipped an eagle god, and the Hittites used a double-headed eagle as a symbolic emblem so they would never be surprised. The eagle has also been associated with Jupiter and is a strong emblem for the Roman Empire. In eagle hieroglyphics, the eagle is a symbol for the vowel A, and also a symbol for the soul, the spirit, and the warmth of life. In early Christian mysticism, the eagle was a symbol of resurrection. The thunderbird to the Native Americans is often depicted in the form of an eagle. This was the Great Spirit who controlled lightning and rain, punishment and reward. To the Plains Cree, all eagles had mystical power, and these powers could be shared by anyone who possessed a part of that bird. To the Pueblo Indians, the eagle was a bird of the sky and the ability to spiral upward until it passed through a hole in the sky to the home of the sun. It was associated with all the energies of the sun, the physical and the spiritual. The Pueblo Indians honored 6 directions: north, south, east, west, zenith, which is above, and nadar, which is below. The eagle was the symbol of the zenith because of its ability to soar to great heights. They would talk about how the eagle flies higher than they could even see, flies higher than any of the clouds and higher than all the other birds, which is part of its majesty to them and its power. From these great heights, the eagle could survey all 4 directions, so they became symbols of greater sight and perception. To the Hopis, the golden and bald eagles were the greatest of all birds of the sky, but these are the only 2 eagles that live upon our continent. Some groups of Hopis also include the red-tailed hawk as an eagle, referencing it as the red eagle. There is actually 59 species of eagles, and they're often divided into one of 4 categories: fish and sea eagles, snake eagles, harpy or giant forest head eagles, and the booted eagles. But there's always a great deal of variety within these 4 groups. Upon the North American continent, the bald eagle is part of this category of the fish and sea eagle. Those who have a bald eagle as a spirit guide need to look at the symbolic associations of water. Water and fish are often symbolic with the psychic aspects and the creative energies, and they're also the feminine, I will add. Water is also an area that separates land from heavens. Thus, a bird of the water, such as a fish or a sea eagle, reflects an awakening ability or need to learn to walk between worlds. Water is the creative source of life, and living near natural water sources may be important to the health of those who have a bald eagle as a spirit guide. An eagle hunting in the waters must be able to penetrate the waters, grasp what it requires, and then rise out of them. All this reflects increased ability and need to learn to work with emotions, psychicism, and all aspects of spirituality with greater control. It reflects teachings about true mediatorship, being able to enter and exit the more ethereal realms at will. Snake eagles often have crests or feathers upon their head. Their toes are short and strong and enable them to grasp and hold onto wiggling snakes. Those who have a snake eagle as a totem would do well to study their section on snakes within the text. The snake eagles swallow the snake's whole, reflecting the swallowing and digesting of higher wisdom, the serpent knowledge. You see, once again, animals are symbols of how their unique behaviors, and I mentioned this in episode 78, how their unique characteristics, qualities, behaviors, all that are symbolic of what the medicine is for us to learn at a particular time of life. So the two that are the most important eagles on the continent of America are the bald and the golden eagle. The bald eagle is larger than the golden, but it cannot fly as high, nor is it considered as graceful. The bald eagle is often a symbol of the feminine, while the golden eagle symbolizes the masculine. The white feathers of the bald eagle especially are often treasured as they are links to grandmother medicine, tremendous wisdom, healing, and creation. So that's just something worth pondering, I think, for a moment, is that although the bald eagle, which is the one, that's on the American dollar and the symbol of America, is larger than the golden, because it's larger, it can't fly as high. So you might think, oh yeah, it's bigger, it's badder, it's more badass, But everything has a front and a back, right? Everything has a compromise. It's the duality of life. Because it's larger, which enables it to have certain qualities, it can't fly as high. It's not as buoyant. So it's something to just consider. That's like, bigger is not always better. It's just different. So it depends really on what your priorities are, right? And it's not considered as graceful because it's just bigger. Although the bald eagle is considered a symbol of the feminine, and the golden symbolizes the masculine, which is another interesting point because the bald eagle is bigger and that's the feminine one, whereas the golden is smaller and it's the masculine. So, it's just, nature is just incredible. The feathers of eagles are sacred to Native Americans, and since the eagle is protected by the United States government, it's a felony for anyone to possess a feather who's not Native American blood. The feathers, though, are used in powerful healing ceremonies to help cleanse the aura and even to help the practitioner shapeshift. Both the bald and golden eagle have come to symbolize heroic nobility and divine spirit. These eagles are the messengers from heaven and are the embodiment of the spirit of the sun. They also symbolize the rediscovery of our inner child. There was once a belief that as old age approached, the eagle's eye would grow dim, and the eagle would then fly so near to the sun that it would become scorched. It then would seek out a pure water source and dip itself 3 times into the clear water. This reflects much from a mystical point of view. It hints of resurrection, but it also hints of alchemy. The fire of the sun and the clear water are opposite elements, brought into harmony in a manner that elicits a change. So, I don't know if you're aware of the 4 primary elements, which are water, earth, fire, and air. And this is a beautiful example of how eagle medicine teaches us the alchemy of the element of fire, which is the transformative spiritual element that burns away all that's not true, all that doesn't serve us. It's why spiritual growth can be so challenging and hard and painful, because it's just not fun to have to grow spiritually, that's for sure. Your soul, is always giving you the lessons that you need to help elevate your consciousness. And a lot of times we can really not like those lessons. They're very uncomfortable and make us really sad. That's for sure. But our soul always wants us to be elevated and evolve our consciousness. And that involves the element of fire burning away. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, burning away all the false beliefs, all the untruths, all the darkness, all the shame, all the pain, all of that is burned away through alchemy. And how water comes in to help harmonize, because water is the cleansing element. It's the feminine element. It's that divine goddess life energy that detoxifies and washes away and helps cleanse us anew. So this example of the eagle is a beautiful story of the alchemy in action. This story also reflects several needs for people that have an eagle as a power animal. There must be involvement with creativity, because 3 is the number of new birth and creativity. That's what the symbology and numerology of 3 is. So this story talks about there's a reason, whenever you hear a mythical story, every single word means something. It's not just a coincidence that the eagle dipped itself 3 times. 3 for a reason, because of numerology. Like I said, 3 is the number of new birth and creativity. So it's a message from, if you connect with spirit animal eagle guide, that 3 is important to you, and it's important for you to express your creativity in your life in some regard. And that can be anything from the way you set a table, to the way you arrange flowers, to the way you dress, to the way you talk, different ways to do your hair, whatever it may be. Creating a garden or even having a baby is obviously the ultimate creativity. Starting a new business is creativity. Making something new from nothing is a form of creativity, and it's a form of practicing ego medicine. Also, this lesson teaches us a willingness to experience extremes in a controlled condition and thus facilitate the alchemical process within your life. So this eagle demonstrates in the story the extremes of getting scorched by the heat of the sun and then dropping into the water, and the clear, cool water. So a willingness for you to experience extremes in order to alchemize your growth and evolution. Also, it demonstrates a willingness to use your passions to purify, like flying into the sun, and to use your abilities, even if it means being scorched a little. It also demonstrates a willingness to seek out the true emotional aspects of oneself and immerse yourself within them. And by doing so, rediscovering the lost child and awaken a higher sense of purity, passion, creativity, healing, and spirituality. So an examination of the individual characteristics and behaviors of the eagle will reveal even more of the medicine and power attunement that it will bring to you. The feet of the eagle, for example, have 4 toes. Now, going back to numerology, 4 is a traditional symbol for keeping oneself grounded. Think of a square, the 4 corners of a square, right? It's like that real solid foundation. So it's not a coincidence an eagle has 4 toes. Even with the eagle's magnificent ability to fly, it stays connected to the earth. That's the symbolism here. The talons of the eagle are meant to grasp and hunt. This reflects the need to stay connected, to grasp and utilize the things of the earth. Without an ability to grasp powerfully and utilize what it grasps, this eagle will not survive. So it's an important lesson there. The sharp beak is designed to cut, tear, and crush. The eagle has strong jaw muscles. The jaw is important to digestion and speech with humans, but there's a difference with eagles. Although vocally the eagle is weak, its jaws are one of the most powerful muscles. For those with eagle power animals, it will be important to know when to speak, how much to speak, and how strongly to speak. It will be important to remember that unless this is controlled, it will be very easy to inadvertently hurt someone with words, like cutting, tearing, or crushing them. For those with eagle power animals, new vision will open. This vision will be far-reaching to the past and within the present, to the future as well. The eyes of the eagle are set close to the front of the head. So they have a 3D or binocular vision, just like humans. They can see forward and sideways, and their vision is 8 times greater than humans. Wow, 8 times. Hence the expression eagle eyes, right? Meditate on the number 8, especially if it's a figure like the infinity symbol, which is a sideways number 8. This will reveal much about the kind of vision that the eagle can awaken in you. The ears of an eagle are not visible, which is super interesting, but it hears very well. It can hunt as much as by ear or by sight. It can hunt as much by ear as it can by sight. That's incredible. So we don't even see that they have ears. I actually didn't even know eagles had ears until a little while ago, because you can't see them, right? So I think that's very symbolic, that just because you can't see something with your human physical eye doesn't mean it's not there, right? So it's a beautiful example of that yes, eagles have ears. And not only do they have ears, but they can actually hunt and survive by finding their prey with just the power of their ears. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. So to those people whom an eagle comes, the ability to hear spiritually as well as physically will also increase. Many eagles mate for life. The male will collect the material for the nests, but the female will be the architect. So they're in partnership, the yin and the yang, the perfect complementary, not competitive, complementary relationship. These roles should be considered for anyone working with eagle medicine. The nests are always large and built high up for safety. Although the roles and construction of the nests are separate, the tasks of feeding the young is shared by both the male and the female, so as a lesson of the cooperative nature of responsibility. The mating ritual of a bald eagle is one of its most mystical and intriguing aspects. A powerful form of a sky dance occurs. The birds soar, loop, and plunge into deep dives. At a certain point, they grab each other's feet and lock talons, rolling and falling to the earth until the mating is completed. How dramatic! Geez, I don't know about you, but I gotta up the game of my sex life. That's pretty inspiring. They hear copulating while descending at hundreds of miles an hour, plummeting to the earth. Wow. Then they separate and they soar upward to repeat the process over and over again. I guess it wasn't enough the first time. This reflects some of the mystical joy, danger, excitement, and power of the sexual energy expressed by those with eagle medicine. You go, girl. It can open them up to new heights and thrills. The eagle is a true predator. And as well with all predators, it helps to keep the word in balance. Predators capture the weak and the sick, helping to keep the natural world healthy by preventing the spread of disease. This healing role is one that will awaken in many forms for those working with eagle totems. They will have a powerful sense of energy conservation in their hunting. They will often perch and wait, biding their time through joyful soaring and aerial acrobatics, all the time using their great vision to let them know when to take flight and capture their prey. This sense of confident energy conservation will be necessary for those people with eagle medicine to develop. They are opportunistics, and they will let other birds do the hunting for them, often stealing the food from the other birds or predators. Whenever eagle flies into one's life, opportunities, even those thought as being long lost, always arise. Cool. Those with eagle totems must learn to see their opportunities and snatch them as they arise. Use those talons. Eagles don't always swoop down to kill. They have tremendous control over their powerful wings, and they can glide slowly and silently so their prey doesn't even hear them coming, even though they're huge. They are also known to be able to stop their movements and just hover in the air for brief moments to make the strike more accurate. A new sense of timing and movement will begin to develop with those people with eagle power animals. You will learn to swoop, to soar, to dive and to hover, to use the winds within your life and your own developing wings to ride them to your own benefit. Large eagles don't just kill with their beaks or talons. Some can hit their prey with great force, this alone being enough to stun or kill the prey. Remember, eagles are huge. A bald eagle can strike with twice the force of a rifle bullet. Holy mackerel, that's incredible. This reflects the primal force inherent and easily awakened within eagle medicine. Eagles are symbols of great power, a power that goes beyond their actual size. The average bald eagle will weigh between 8 and 10 pounds, but 2 pounds less than the average house cat. To align oneself with eagle medicine is to take on the responsibility and the power of becoming so much more than you now appear to be. From a karmic aspect, it reflects that the events will now fly faster, and the repercussions for everything you think, do, or say, or fail to think, do, or say, either positive or negative, watch that self-talk, will be both stronger and quicker now. To accept the eagle as a totem or a spirit guide, power animal, is to accept a powerful new dimension to life and a heightened responsibility for your spiritual growth. But only through doing so do you learn how to move between worlds, touch all life with healing, and become the mediator and the bearer of new creative force within the world. Amen. Eagle, power animal, baby. There's a reason why they are so revered in so many cultures through the centuries.